Hi guys, my name is Polly. Today I'm going to present you my topic about culture, communication and conflict.
It might be crazy, but so are we tonight.
Cultural conflicts arise because of the differences in values and norms of behavior of people from different cultures. A person acts according to the values and norms of his or her culture. Another person holding a different worldview might interpret his or her behavior from an opposite standpoint. This situation creates misunderstanding and can lead to conflict. Besides, the characteristics of intercultural conflict are the economic context, ambiguity, and also language issue.
Stupid love.
Thousands of people across Vietnam have protested against China's role in a sea dispute, the largest rallies of their kind recently in the communist country. In southern Vietnam, at least 15 foreign factories have been set on fire amid anti-China protests at industrial parks and hunted down Chinese workers and attacked police during the riots. At least 21 people were killed and nearly 100 were injured in Vietnam during violent protests against China. No casualties have been reported, but officials say at least 200 people had been arrested over the violence. Vietnamese ships clashed with Chinese vessels guarding an oil rig in a contested area of the Southeast China Sea. China showed its aggressiveness by sending more military ships, including warships, coast guard vessels, and fishing boats to the area around the oil rig. Vietnam has demanded that China immediately withdraw the rig from the disputed waters. Some of the ships were provoking the Vietnamese vessels by ramming them and firing water cannons at them. Vietnamese Prime Minister said that China is placing an oil rig in contested South China Sea waters has seriously threatened peace, stability, maritime security and safety, and also the freedom of navigation in the its sea.
Get a little crazy.
When individuals or groups cannot work through conflict on their own, they may request help from an intermediary, so-called the third person. For example, lawyers or counselors may act as a mediator to settle community or family disputes. Besides, Augsburger suggests that culturally sensitive mediator engage in conflict transformation, not conflict resolution or conflict management. The conflict transformation helps disputants to think in new ways about the conflict, transforming attitudes by redirecting negative perceptions is a very good example. Of course, this requires a commitment by both parties to treat each other with goodwill and mutual respect. In addition, traditional societies use mediation models based on non-directive means frequently. The models are more manually based. The trusted leaders are involved. Mediation is beneficial because disputants are actively involved and committed to their own resolution. Mediation is also cheaper than the legal resolution. Hence, the conflict between Vietnam and China might be solved, war can be prevented, and the relationship between the two countries can be improved if the mediation assists to their conflict. Many conflicts are due to the economic problems which may be expressed in cultural differences. Likewise, many people also find it easier to explain economic troubles by pointing their fingers towards cultural differences or assigning blame. Economic context is the main cause of this conflict between Vietnam and China.
Augsburger suggests that there are four differences between the productive intercultural conflict and destructive intercultural conflict. Firstly, individuals or groups narrow the conflict in terms of definition, focus, and issue in productive conflict. In contrast, in the destructive conflict, they escalate the issue rather than narrowing them. Secondly, in productive conflict, individuals or groups limit conflict to the original issue, while they escalate the conflict from the original issue with any aspect of relationship, open for re-examination in destructive conflict. Thirdly, people direct the conflict toward cooperative problem solving in productive conflict unlike the destructive conflict. Strategies involve the use of power, threats, coercion, and deception. People must follow the instruction or else they will get a negative response. Lastly, in productive conflict, people trust leadership that stresses mutually satisfactory outcomes, while people polarize behind single-minded and militant leadership in destructive conflict. The issue between Vietnam and China is considered as destructive intercultural conflict because Vietnam is now preparing to sue China in an international court, while the Philippines say it will take China to a United Nations tribunal.